knew that if we don't endure, or if we don't suffer, or if we don't sacrifice or do what our parents wants us to do, we won't be given that good daughter, good son, good kid label. We won't be given that, and the parents are going to withhold all that love and affection. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about adult children of the narcissists becoming their enablers. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So, do all the children of the narcissistic parents grow up to be narcissistic adults? The answer is no, but some of them do, and some of them even become their enablers because they are trauma bonded. There is lots of control, constant gaslighting, manipulation, guilt tripping, shame, whatnot. So not all children of the narcissists become narcissists themselves, but some of them definitely become the enablers. And I have seen a lot of cases. These kids might be really messed up on the inside. Let's give them that. Some of them might be really messed up on the inside, but they see their parents in high regard. They love their parents, and they think that it's absolutely okay what their parent is doing, because these kids, they buy all what is thrown at them. Yeah, they begin to trust and believe all those gaslighting statements that was thrown at them by the narcissistic parent to control them. You're not good enough, you're a difficult child, you are very difficult. I wonder how things will be when you grow up. You won't be able to be a good father the way how I am. You got it easy way. We had to do a lot of struggle, we had to face a lot of challenges, but you got it easy, you got it on the plate right away. So these are the statements that is used by these narcissistic parents to further guilt trip and control their children. Now, what happens is that because of all these toxic conditioning and these manipulation tactics that is used by the narcissist, the kid, as it is, has a lot of low self-esteem. And over a period of time, with all that exposure towards that abuse and manipulation, this kid begins to believe that he is in fact worthless and not good enough. Yeah, because that's what the parent says. For a second also, these kids don't doubt that my parent might be wrong. Yeah, I am good enough, I'm not that bad, I'm not that worthless. Yeah, because as it is, we know in society, there is a lot of these toxic enablers and narcissists around us. Yeah, and they keep on rationalizing the abusive behavior of these narcissistic parents. They say that, well, he's taking care of your material needs, so he is doing what a father should do. It's okay. So what if he slapped you? So what if your mother abused you? It's absolutely fine. After all, she only does it for you. So there are a lot of these statements that is thrown at us when we are child and when we are experiencing abuse. So whenever we want to talk about it, or if we attempt to share what we are going through, we are shut down by saying that you cannot bite the hands that feeds you. Yeah, this is a classical one. So overall, the entire ecosystem or the society is quite enabling in nature. And growing up, when we see and experience all of these things, we really don't know what healthy is. Yeah, we had been enduring all of that. We knew that if we don't endure, or if we don't suffer, or if we don't sacrifice or do what our parents wants us to do, we won't be given that good daughter, good son, good kid label. We won't be given that, and the parents are going to withhold all that love and affection. So as we know that these narcissistic parents are big time into using control. They exercise a lot of control, what the kid needs to do, what the kid needs to think about, how the kid needs to go about things. They're into controlling anything and everything, and that makes them feel superior and good. Yeah, they feel in control, they feel in charge, And as it is, we know that these narcissistic parents feel entitled. So they control anything and everything around their kids. So the self-esteem is already messed up, self-worth is already not there. Yeah, a lot of guilt tripping and shaming is happening in and around the relationship. And these toxic enablers around us, keep on justifying, you cannot bite the hands. So what? She's your parent, she carried you for 9 months. So what if she's abused you? So what if she's beaten the shit out of you? So what if she's been harassing you? It's, after all, she's your mother. So these kind of rationalizing statements further distorts the way how the kid thinks. Yeah, the kid begins to think that this is what normal is. Yeah, so these kids are learning anything and everything from their parents. So when they are seeing that if I don't do something, my parent is withholding love, my parent is being quite abusive towards me, he's throwing rage at me, the kid begins to learn that that is absolutely normal. That is what I need to do. I need to become my father, I need to become my mother. And the vicious cycle of toxicity never ends. And some of the folks are really broken. I mean, some of these survivors, adult survivors of narcissistic relationship or narcissistic parents, I mean, as it is, are very broken on the inside. Some of the folks learn all of these. They think that this is how we need to go about, and they become narcissists themselves. Then there are those folks who have a lot of guilt and shame inside of them, and they think that as it is, they are not good enough children for their narcissistic parent, and calling them out, calling their bad behavior out will be further causing a lot of damage to the relationship. So what they do is that they rationalize, they normalize, and they generalize. Yeah, they justify. So what if my father used to hit me? After all, he was my father. Yeah, they begin to use all those statements which was given by those enablers around them. They begin to use that to justify their parents' evil behavior, their parents' toxic behavior. So, what if my father used to slap? I was a difficult kid. Yeah, everything is internalized. The kid, grows up to be an adult believing whatever the parents projected towards him, and the cycle never ends. So, some of the lot are really disturbed and damaged, like me, like some of you who have been badly abused in narcissistic relationship. Some of the lot learn that this is the right way, this is the way, let me do exactly what my mother used to do, let me do exactly what my father used to do. And some of the kids, they grow up to be enablers for their parents. Yeah, so when a new person comes into the family, like this adult child gets married. Yeah, the son of the narcissistic parent gets married and the girl comes into the family. The girl cannot put up with the neurotic shit show that the narcissistic parents put up or throw at her. She might resist and say that no, I don't find it okay, I can't put up with this. But then the son would come in, this enabler would come in and say that it's okay, they are old, it's okay, they are my parent, after all, you got to do things. Yeah, we just can't say no, you got to do things the way how they want, and that is what is going to make them happy, because he has a lot of guilt and shame inside of him that he is not good enough. Yeah, so the new family member, the wife, now has to bring that the trophy which the son was unable to get from his parents. Yeah, so the son then further acts like a toxic enabler and then says that it's okay, they are old, they have a difficult backstory, they had been abused as well, and maybe that's why they are the way they are. Yeah, so don't take it to your heart. So the son would then take the role of the enabler for their narcissistic parent. In a work environment, it would play out, if there is a narcissistic boss, and there is a very submissive or someone who really puts up with this narcissistic boss, he might go on enabling, his boss's bad behavior. So what? He's the boss. After all, he's our boss. So what if he asked you to do this? So what if he asked you to do that? So yes, enablers themselves don't know what is right and wrong. The answer to the question, do all adult children of narcissistic parents become enabler? No, some of them run away, some of them work towards their healing, some of them are still in the relationship. They might be following the gray rock method or pink rock or whatever it is, whatever works for them. And some of them might be in the relationship, they themselves don't feel right, but they are still in the relationship because of all that guilt tripping plus the enablers constantly creating pressure. They fear, what if my parents talk bad about me to the relatives? So there is a lot of this guilt and shame, and because of which they are forced to be on hook. Yeah, that's how these narcissistic parents control their kids. They threaten them that have you ever wondered what your aunt would say? The way how you're behaving with me, that's absolutely bad. Do you know what your uncle would say? Yeah, so making the kid feel ashamed uh, you know for being whoever he wants to be. So the kid doesn't have the rights to express or share his needs. The kid doesn't have the autonomy to decide what is okay and not okay for him. There is no liberty given to the kids to say no. They are supply, the parents are entitled, and they have to play along. So yes, some of them become enablers themselves, and later they might become narcissists themselves, because they see that this is the way forward. Yeah, that's how my parent raised me, and now it's my turn. I also have to raise my kids this way. Yeah, because they are trapped in that bubble. They are trapped with their toxic environment. They are trapped with their narcissistic parents. So the entire world seems as if it's just the way how it is, in the family. Yeah, so these adult children of narcissistic parents, some of the ones who are still with the narcissistic parent, they begin to feel and believe that this is how things are, this is how the world runs, this is how people are. And I mean, there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my parent. I cannot even conceive that idea that there might be something wrong with my parent. No, there's nothing wrong with my parent. The problem is with me. And going forward, I have to use the same ways which my parents used, to keep me on leash, or to raise me, whatever they use, whatever tactics they have used. I think I have to use all of that to control my kid as well. Yeah, so all of that toxic conditioning, all of that toxicity becomes the reality, and this kid who was trying to be the enabler becomes a full-blown narcissist himself when the time is right. So yes, not all of the adult children of narcissists become enablers or become narcissists, but some of them do. Yes. And this is because the kids are not exposed to healthy environment, healthy surrounding. The kid really is unable to differentiate between healthy and toxic. Yeah, so the kid really doesn't know what is the difference between something that is toxic and something that is healthy. And that is what keeps the kid on hook for long, and that is how the conditioning happens. And these individuals are messed up individuals. I mean, we really cannot blame others. If I choose to heal, I think I can heal myself. Yeah, rather than sidelining with a toxic person and saying this is the way and then I am becoming toxic, I don't think that is the way forward. But yes, some of the kids get trapped and some of the kids do become narcissists themselves. But the first stage is them taking the position of an enabler for their narcissistic parent, and then later on they grow up to be narcissists themselves. So yes, this was all about adult children and how they grow up to be enabler for their narcissistic parents. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. And don't ignore the red flags. Try and stay away from narcissists, and please take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.